Alright, jerk faces, welcome back, everyone. Let's have a chat today with Logan and talk about Raidraptors, how to build the deck and play with it everywhere. That's my jingle. Alright, so I got a request to talk about Raidraptors and how to play the deck and how, build it and stuff. So, yeah, well, there's two builds that I know, and that's the and the first one we're gonna go over is the original build I had. Which is I call Raidraptor Survival. So you basically survive your enemy and you slowly annoy them to death by killing them slowly. So let's get the build going. So we'll just start out with the monsters. Raidraptor. So you want 3 Tribute Lanius in there because he's an Armageddon Knight. You can send a Raidraptor card from your deck to the grave. It will usually be Mimicry Lanius. And then if you destroy something by battle, you can add a quick play Rank Up Magic spell card from your deck to your hands. And these are both activated abilities. They aren't triggered abilities or something when he comes in. So there's that. You want 3 Sharp Lanius for this build because he is texting. Okay, anyways, texting. So Sharp Lanius, he allows you to change a monster your opponent control, or change a monster on the field to defense position, and then after he attacks, you can special summon a Raidraptor monster from your graveyard. So he's pretty good. You want him to usually get back Tribute Lanius to keep sending those Mimicries and stuff to the grave, so he's pretty good. You want 3 Vanishing Lanius, because he gives you an extra special summon when you summon him. So you can normal summon him, you can special summon this, send this to the grave, search, so that's pretty good. Next we want 3 Mimicry. You'll send him to the grave with Tribute Lanius to, as I said, to search. By banishing it, you can search any Raidraptor card in your deck. Or if it's on the field, which I hardly ever do this, but if it's on the field, you can use its effect to increase the levels of all Raidraptor monsters you currently control by 1. So it makes it easier for a Blaze Falcon play or something. So yeah, this is the main lineup. These 4, they're the main lineup that usually run around. You usually want to start with Tribute Lanius and Vanishing Lanius in your hands, and then search this out later. So, but we'll go on to the next. So next you want 3 Fuzzy Lanius. He's your extra special summon to ensure that you go into Force Trick. So if you control a Raidraptor monster, you can special summon it. So you usually want to do it if you have Tribute Lanius and this guy in your hand. You want to send Mimicry to the grave with Tribute. Search Raidraptor Nest with Mimicry. Then special summon this. Then use Nest. And then overlay for Force Tricks. So that's one of the basic combos. You want 1 Singing Lanius for just power Xyz plays, just quick Xyz. And then 1 Pain Lanius, just because it's a good one of. It's just an easy special summon for Xyz. So he's pretty good. We'll get into the spells, because I think that's the main. Yeah, that's all the Raidraptor monsters you need. You want 2 Soul Shape Force. You want 1 Skip Force. And you want 2 Revolution Force. Or you can take out 1 Revolution Force and put in Doom Double Force if you want, but I don't usually do Doom Double Force. So Soul Shape Force, you can pay half your life points and target a Raidraptor Xyz monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then special summon an Xyz monster that's 2 ranks higher than that monster. So you can summon Force Strix and then put a Cyber Dragon Infinity on top of it, or summon a Force Strix and put Revolution Falcon on top of it, summon Revolution, play Satellite Cannon. So yeah, it's pretty good. Skip Force, because you can easily get out Revolution Falcon, and then you can special summon a Raidraptor Xyz from your grave later, which could be incredibly helpful. And then this for taking your opponent's used up Xyz monsters and overlaying them into usually Blaze Falcon, and then just regular rank up, so it's pretty good. You want 2 Raidraptor Nest. It's been a long debate in my mind to put it up to 3 or just keep it at 2, and I'm just going to keep it at 2 just because 3 is just really cloggy and you do not want 2 of these in your hand. So yeah, 2 is fine. You can live without a third one. So yeah, you can add a Raidraptor monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand by controlling 2 Raidraptor monsters. So it's your, what would you call it, Black Whirlwind of the deck, I guess. Next, you want 3 Raptor's Gust, just to make sure your opponent can't use any spell or trap cards like Set the Scale or something like big, heavy impact like Mirror Force or Solemn. You don't want them to do that. It's so fun to play this card when they're Solemning your monster and then they just pay life points for nothing. So it's pretty good. Also, meant for a note here, this card can activate with a Raidraptor card you control, not just a monster. So if you control Raidraptor Nest, you can also activate this. So it's pretty good. You want 3 Raidraptor Readiness, just so your Raidraptors don't die by battle. As an added plus, if this card is in the graveyard and you can have a Raidraptor in your grave, you can also banish this card to take no damage this turn. So this card has literally won me games. It is such a good card, really. People underestimate it, and my favorite part is when I mill out a Lightsworn. The Lightsworn people mill themselves out because they can't kill me when I use this card. It's pretty funny. So yeah, that's the basic Raidraptor stuff. You want 3 Twin Twister because it actually works. It synchronizes really well with Fuzzy Lanius and Mimicry Lanius. You can discard this and add a Fuzzy Lanius from your deck to your hand. You can discard this to get a Raidraptor card by banishing it. It's pretty good, and you get to destroy 2 cards, so you realistically don't lose anything. Oh, also, Fuzzy Lanius' effect. You can't special summon monsters except for Raidraptor monsters if you use either of its effects on your turn, so just keep that in mind. I've lost games because I forgot about that effect before, so don't forget about that. Next, we'll move on into the trap cards. Icarus attack. You want 2 Icarus attack. You don't want 3 because 3 is too much, and you usually don't want to be tributing these cards too much because they're too important. But yeah, it's a good card. It's a must in any Winged Beast based deck, so need it in there. Next, you want 3 Solemn Strike. I didn't used to run this card, but it's such a good card and you need 3, just because with all the Pendulum Grossness, and it's just super helpful in other situations as well. And then you want, what was it? I think you want, yeah, it was Fiendish Chain. You want 2 Fiendish Chain for that effect negation or protection. So yeah, this is the basic build. This is a basic build, so I might be forgetting something, so you know, there's other things later. So now we'll go into the extra deck. So you want 1 Satellite Cannon Falcon, you want 2 Revolution Falcon, 2 Blaze Falcon, 3 Force Strix. I would not recommend running Rise Falcon. You can take out a Force Strix for Rise Falcon and be fine, but Rise Falcon just uses too much resources, and if it dies, then it's not worth anything. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend running Rise Falcon. So this is your Raidraptor lineup that you'll want. Because of Soul Shade Force, you can easily run Cyber Dragon Infinity. I wouldn't usually run Infinity because it's a dick and I hate Infinity. But yeah, it's possible. Next, we'll go into the regular rank 4s. So we'll have like Utopia. I wish I could spell Utopia right. So Utopia. And then you'll want. Oh, excuse me. You'll want Utopia and Utopia the Lightning, because Utopia the Lightning is amazing. Castel you'll want Zero Fine. Zero Fine's super good in this deck. Castel is an obvious staple in everything. You want Heartland Draco. It's really good because if you control Nest, they can't attack it, and it can attack your opponent directly for potentially 4,000, which is a lot of damage, so that's pretty good. And then last but not least, you want 101, just for, he's a good rank 4. So yes, this is the Raidraptor survival deck that I call it, because you don't usually, shut up phone! You don't usually go all on the offensive. You kind of defend a little bit, and then you make just like very precise strikes is how I would describe it. Yeah, it's really good. Anyways, so that's Raidraptor Survival. Now we'll move on to the most recent build. So this one I call Raidraptor Revolution, because that's what it is. So we'll just start with the monsters again. It'll be pretty much the same. You want 3 Tribute Lanius, you want 2 Sharp Lanius, you want 3 Vanishing, you want 3 Mimicry. I docked Sharp Lanius down to 2 for this deck. 3 Fuzzy still, 2 Booster Strix. Booster Strix is cool. When a Raidraptor monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can banish this card from your hand and destroy that attacking monster. So it doesn't even target either. So it's a pretty good defensive card, especially for the deck we're about to run. 1 Singing Lanius and 1 Pain Lanius again. You want 2 Lastrix. He's the key card of the deck that you'll see. I thought about putting it to 3, but I just ran into too many times where I found 2 of them in my hand, and I didn't need either of them at the moment. So yeah, 2's fine. Then you want 3 Soul Shave Force, and you want 3 Skip Force, and then 1 Call. Raidraptor Call. Target one Raidraptor monster you control, special summon 1 monster with the same name from as that monster from your hand or deck in defense position. You can only activate one per turn, and you can only special summon a Raidraptor monster for the rest of the turn. The restriction to only special summon Raidraptor monsters won't really matter too much, as you'll see. 2 Nest again, because Nest is a necessity. You want 3 Raptor's Gust again. You only want 2 Readiness, because you need space in this deck. Next, you want Solemn Strike, 3 of them again. You want 2 Icarus Attack again. And then 1 Sir... Actually... yeah, you want 1 Soul Morning, I think. So that's the main lineup for the Raidraptor Revolution deck. This deck is a lot more offensive. If you want to go and punch people's faces in with Raidraptors, this is the kind of deck you want to do it. If you want to play more defensively, go back to the other build. So we'll go to the Xyz monsters now. So you want 2 Ultimate Falcon. This guy is the beast. He is the Towers, the Applecliff Fort Towers for the deck, and he's Towers 2.0. Some have say. So yeah, he's unaffected by card effects. He's also unaffected by your card effects. Keep that in mind, because I ran into a couple of moments where I used Readiness and thought it would survive, but it didn't because it's unaffected by card effects. But you can detach a material to make all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack, and they cannot activate cards or effects for the rest of the turn. I believe, yeah, for the rest of the turn. And once per turn during each player's end phase, you can make all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack. If your opponent controls no face-up monsters, inflict 1,000 damage to them instead. But you have to have a Raidraptor Xyz material, or Xyz monster to this as a material for that to happen, but that won't be much of an issue. You want 2 Satellite Cannon Falcon, which you will rarely go into, but I have gone into it before. You want 2 Revolution Falcon, you want no Blaze Falcons, 3 Force Strix. That's it for the Raidraptor lineup, I believe. You want Utopia again, Utopia, the Lightning, but this time we're gonna put in Hope Zexal too. Like, this card isn't you can play this card on this program, YGO Pro, easily. But if you want to take that out because you want to play like just TCG, then, well, I don't know. If you're playing this deck, you won't be playing TCG anyway because Ultimate Falcon is not TCG or anything, so I guess it won't matter. But if you feel like not playing this card, just add in like another generic rank 4 that would work well or something. You want Castel, Zero Fine. You want, I think 101 again, possibly. No, you want Cyber Dragon Infinity because of Soul Shape Force still, so it's really good. So how this deck works is it's focused on getting this guy out, and what this guy does is when a Raidraptor monster you control battles during damage calculation, you use special summon to get 100 LP for each spell trap card you control in grave. But that doesn't really matter. That's not the big part. You can tribute this card. Special summon one Raidraptor Xyz monster from your extra deck in defense position. If its effects are negated, it is returned to the extra deck during the end phase. But that usually won't matter either unless your opponent disrupts it. But also, your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of the turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. Understandably, because that'd be ridiculous if you use it multiple times. But usually, you'll sack this card while it's on the field, whether you normal or special summoned it. Special summon this guy in defense mode, and then you'll rank it up with Skip Force into this guy. That is the basic combo of the deck. That is how aggressive the deck gets. It can easily, with 2 cards, bring out its biggest ass monster and most formidable monster that it's really hard to get around. So, and if that fails, if Ultimate Falcon dies somehow, you can just banish Skip Force and a Raidraptor monster from a graveyard to special summon it back. So it's really ridiculous. So yeah, that's the deck. That's the Revolution deck, the more aggressive of the two. Also, you have booster tricks in here to defend your Ultimate Falcon if they find a way to get attack over it, because Lord knows they're not killing it with effects. So yeah, that's the Raidraptor Revolution deck. It's different from the Survival deck, so there's some differences. Like I said, this one's more focused on annoying your opponent and surviving their onslaught, and then once they used up all their resources, you come in for a victory. And then this one's just straight up beat your opponent's faces in and just murder them. But keep in mind, this deck does have potential to brick with 6 rank ups and all these spells and traps, but it hardly ever does. So keep that in mind. Also, be wary of back row, because Lastrix and Satellite Cannon Falcon are easily disruptible cards with like a Solemn Strike or Breakthrough Skill or Solemn Judgment or stuff like that. But if you can get Ultimate Falcon on board, you can pretty much win. Like, I've lost games with Ultimate Falcon before when I've gotten him out because my opponent like OTK'd me afterwards. But if you can usually survive the turn after they killed it, then you should be good to go. So that's my Raidraptor rant thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck. If you have any more questions about the decks or how they work, comment in the comments below. Or if you just want me to showcase the decks, let me know. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.